Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the wild world of US politics, with a look at some of the most bizarre presidential campaigns in history. Forget your donkey and your elephant. We're talking boot-wearing, pony-promising, conspiracy-theorizing madness. Buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get weird. First up, we have a man who needs no introduction, Vermin Supreme. This is a man who campaigns in a boot on his head. Not just any boot, but a rubber, knee-high, I just stepped in something unpleasant kind of boot. Vermin Supreme has a flagship policy proposal: free ponies for all Americans. Yes, you heard me right, ponies for everyone. Because who needs healthcare or affordable housing when you can have a miniature horse clogging up your driveway? Vermin Supreme has been at this for decades, running for president in every election since 1987. He's like the Energizer Bunny of political performance art, except instead of beating a drum, he's promising to floss our teeth with federal funds. The man is a walking, talking, boot-wearing paradox. And honestly, in this day and age, who wouldn't want a free pony? From one comedian to another, let's talk about Pat Paulsen, a man who took satire to the Oval Office. Unlike Vermin Supreme, Pat Paulsen never actually expected to become president. He was a comedian first and a candidate second, using his campaigns as a platform for his unique brand of political humor. Paulsen's platform was a thing of beauty, a tapestry woven from equal parts absurdity and astute observation. He promised to stand firm on the issues, as long as they didn't interfere with his nap schedule. His campaign slogan, Pat Paulsen for President, "It's too late to do anything now." Paulsen's act resonated with a certain segment of the population, the disillusioned, the cynical, the ones who saw the whole political process as a bit of a joke. He held a mirror up to the absurdity of it all, forcing people to laugh at the system, even if they weren't laughing with it. He was the court jester of American politics, poking fun at the powerful and reminding everyone not to take themselves too seriously. So thank you, Pat Paulsen, for reminding us that sometimes the best way to deal with the madness is to laugh at it. Hold on to your tinfoil hats, folks, because we're about to enter the world of Lyndon LaRouche. LaRouche wasn't your average fringe candidate. He was a fringe candidate with a 10-gallon hat full of conspiracy theories and a platform that could only be described as eccentric. This was a man who believed that the Queen of England was a drug kingpin, that Henry Kissinger was a Soviet agent, and that the world was controlled by a secret cabal of bankers and oligarchs. But LaRouche didn't just spout these theories from a soapbox in the park. He parlayed them into, count 'em, 8 presidential campaigns. His supporters, often young and idealistic, were drawn to his message of economic populism and his fiery denunciations of the establishment. They believed in his vision of a world free from the clutches of the British Empire and its alleged network of drug-smuggling, mind-controlling overlords. His campaigns were a whirlwind of accusations, lawsuits, and bizarre pronouncements. And in a world increasingly obsessed with conspiracies and misinformation, his story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked paranoia. From the world of conspiracy theories, let's take a detour to the land of sitcoms and stand-up comedy with Roseanne Barr. Yes, that Roseanne Barr. In 2012, Barr decided to trade in her sitcom set for the political stage, launching a bid for the presidency. Barr's platform was a mix of progressive ideals and populist rhetoric. She advocated for environmental protection, workers' rights, and campaign finance reform, all while railing against Wall Street greed and corporate influence in government. But it was her outspoken nature and often controversial statements that made headlines. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind, even if it meant alienating potential voters. Her campaign rallies were a mix of political speeches and stand-up routines, a blend of humor and outrage that kept audiences on their toes. While Barr's campaign never gained serious traction, it did highlight the growing dissatisfaction with the political establishment and the desire for authenticity. Her story is a reminder that the line between entertainment and politics is becoming increasingly blurred. And finally, we come to Howard Phillips, a man who makes even our previous contenders for most bizarre campaign look like models of moderation. Phillips's big idea: abolish the federal government. And I don't mean shrink it, streamline it, or reform it. I mean burn it to the ground, scatter the ashes, and salt the earth where it once stood. He wanted to get rid of everything: the income tax, the Department of Education, the Environmental Protection Agency, even the Standing Army. Phillips never garnered more than a fraction of a percent of the vote in his 3 presidential runs, But his campaigns weren't about winning, they were about sending a message. Phillips believed that the federal government had become too big, too powerful, and too intrusive in the lives of ordinary Americans. He saw himself as a modern-day revolutionary, fighting for the principles of limited government and individual liberty. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Howard Phillips was a unique figure in American politics. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the weird, wild, and often unhinged world of bizarre U.S. presidential campaigns. We've seen boot-wearing performance artists, joke-slinging comedians, conspiracy-theorizing firebrands, and even a man who wanted to abolish the very government he sought to lead. These campaigns may have been long shots, but they remind us that American politics has always been a melting pot of ideas, personalities, and yes, even a healthy dose of absurdity. They are a testament to the enduring power of free speech, even when that speech is advocating for the abolition of the IRS or the distribution of free ponies. And who knows, maybe one day one of these fringe candidates will